Hey everyone, Yoshi the Oreo here. No, second video. Actually, hold on. Let me try doing maybe. Okay, yeah, that may actually help with the dropping out. I've noticed like when I talk, it kind of like drops out certain syllables with words that I say. I'm hoping this actually addresses. But if it happens again, I'm sorry. I'm still trying to figure that out. But work with me here. I mean, look at it this way. At least I'm not expecting super chat. Everything is like free, what I'm doing. So, with that being said, a certain event happened to me today. I'm going to keep it as vague as possible because I don't believe in airing out my personal laundry to the public because the world don't care. I had an event where a person believes that because that they are a banker, that what they say about using the Zeal app over having hard cash is a proven fact. Now, for some of you, y'all understand. Y'all don't like Zeal. I don't like Zeal. I like to keep track of where my I like to use my money. And I like to use my money in a way where not a lot of people know where that money came from. And that's a very powerful tool. But there are some people in this world who are stricken by convenience. That they believe, well, they can still track it. So what's the point? Let's make it a lot easier to still track your money. Well, one, that's not an argument. And two, you being a banker is not an argument. Because let's be clear here. I've talked with a lot of bankers. They don't like being. And we all know what type of people who have these jobs, but they really hate being. That's not a dependable person. But the funny part is that they try to convince other people that are not aware of their work habit that they are somehow dependable because of their occupation. And then when I ask this person, okay, what source do you have? What statistics do you have that actually supports your claim? They want to get upset. Because the convenience of me replacing memory for them at a cheaper price, by the way, as opposed to the other competitors, because, you know, Geek Squad would charge you $40. You have to buy the memory. That person would be spending close to $100. I saved them $75. I only charged them $25 for the memory. They could have easily went to convenience and spent $100. But me being the nice person, saving them $75, the second I don't have the change ready for them, it's a problem. I'm messing up. But when they don't have my money on the spot, I'm supposed to wait week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4 to actually get the money in hand to pay me. Don't you think that's a little unfair? I mean, when you look at it from a convenience factor, you sound right. But when you look at it from an economical factor, you sound like a selfish bitch. You really do. And that is my problem with people who think occupation is somehow equal to having an IQ of knowing what the hell you're talking. No, it does not. Because I have had people with degrees in IT in these school districts calling me to do their job to determine whether or not that hard drive was defective. And it was never defective, but they want me to reimage the solid state hard drive. The only time we reimage that hard drive is when that hard drive is defective and we replace it. Then we reimage it. But those people with those degrees, those people who thought they knew what the hell they were talking about, guess what they do? They try to get the person who don't make as much as them do their job. See, that's the problem with people in this world. You think because you got an occupation, you know stuff. No, you don't. Because I've seen what happens to people that have occupation. They get kicked out first. Why do you think all these people in these job layoffs? What's the first person that's going to go out that dang door with all these job layoffs? People with degrees that don't know what the hell they doing. But the person with the degree or the person with no degree, guess what? That person stayed. Why? Because he shows how efficient he really is with the knowledge that he has. Those people stay. People like you get kicked out. Because you have deluded yourself into the idea that you think because you have an occupation, you know things. No, you don't. That is not a definitive factor. People need to stop thinking. And when people stop thinking like that, I think the world will get a little bit better. Hell, people you put into government institutions get a lot better too, because just because they got a D or an R next to their name doesn't mean they know everything. But what they do shows what they know needs to be done. Because nobody who thinks like me wants to live like that, because that's the life of a slave. Oh, person got an occupation next to their name. That person works here, so they know stuff. That don't mean nothing. We've seen what people with occupation, with titles, know. They know nothing. And then when it's time to put up, they can't put up. They can't handle the fact that there are people out there ready to criticize the fact that they don't know anything. I don't want to live like that. They don't want to live like that. People in my subscribers don't want to live like that. But you want to live like that. Because you want to live in illusions. People like you want to live in illusions because you got the trophy in your hand. You think you're the strongest person in the world, when the person you beat up on was nothing more than just string bean. We're tired of living like that. We're tired. And I hate the fact that I had to talk like that in front of people that saw us and said, damn, what the hell going on over there? I really do. I really do hate doing it. But you always say stuff where I always got to tie my hands behind my back and say, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, 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 yes. But the second I push back, I'm the villain. And then when I use your logic against you and say, well, I'm a computer repair technician, so I know what the hell I'm talking about, you try to hold that against me. But then you try to walk off and act like you can't hold yourself to that same standard of not talking like that. That's hypocrisy. We're tired of living like that. And we're moving according. This is Yoshi the Oreo. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. God bless. Oh, I also forgot to mention, you know, when I was working at Ari Jones, I done had 5 people who also had degrees. Each and every one of them boasting how smart they truly are, where they came from. But the funny part is when you put them to work, you start to see exactly what type of people they really are. You would think because they have that degree, you know, they'll put up with trying to learn how to open an all-in-one desktop. You know, working on HP laptop, that's especially like 7 gen, 8 gen, all the way to 10, 11, 12. They're all the same, to be honest. You open one, you open all of them. Oh, that's easy. You get to an all-in-one that's got 75 screws for you to take out to replace an LCD. Guess where all those people with them degrees go? Out the door. Every single time. And guess who came in to be help for me? Because keep in mind, when I was working at Ari Jones, I was the only tech. I may have had a degree, but the degree didn't make me who I am. It's what I knew is what made me a valuable asset to that company. Guess who became my secondhand help? A person without a... Just saying.